What do you make of being on the cover of Time magazine? It's clear that you've spawned pretty incredible movement.
It's a great honor, but that was not my intent with doing what I did. Once again, it's to protest the injustices that are happening in America, the oppression that's happening in America, and these things need to be addressed on many different levels.
What do you make of the movement that you've spawned?
It's great. I think it's something that needs to continue to grow, and we need to continue to build on it and make sure that we have solutions for these issues and correct them.
Did you watch the presidential debate, and what did you think?
Watched a little bit of it. To me, it was embarrassing to watch that these are our two candidates. Both are proven liars, and it almost seems like they're trying to debate who's less racist. And at this point, talking with one of my friends, it was you have to pick the lesser of two evils, but in the end, it's still evil.
What are your thoughts about what happened in North Carolina and Tulsa and the fallout since those shootings?
Those shootings are horrendous, and I think that's people responding to the oppression that's going on, the injustices that are going on, officers walking free from murder.
The fact that we've seen this take off in high schools, places all around the world, did you ever imagine that you kneeling down during the national anthem would spread throughout the world?
No, it wasn't something that I thought about. Actually, I was trying to stay out of the way, sit behind the coolers. It was just a personal decision, and someone asked me about it. And, I answered honestly. And now that it's spread, and we have this awareness, we have this conversation, everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what the issues are. Now let's fix it.
Did you get a chance yesterday to see? I know it was NBA Media Day all across the league. A lot of guys, LeBron spoke out about it. Draymond Green had a really impassionate response to it. Did you get a chance to see kind of what they said in support of your movement?
Just briefly. Really didn't catch any of the details. Got a couple sound bites here and there.
Have you had any players from other leagues reach out to you kind of just in support, like personal communication with them?
Not too much. I had one NBA player reach out and had a brief conversation. Other than that, it's mainly been the football world.
Colin, do you feel you're ready to play full-time?
Yeah, that's what I prepare for. That's why I'm in the weight room, why I'm at practice, all those things.
Why do you think Chip Kelly keeps saying you're not ready?
I think it's the fact that my weight isn't where it is or where it was. My strength is still growing, developing. But once again, I'm always going to be prepared, always ready to put it on the line for this team.
Do you feel you have to be 225 pounds to play quarterback? Is there a number that you need to hit?
Once again, we're just trying to build. Whenever he feels like I'm ready to step on that field and ready to put me out there, I'll be ready and willing.
What about speed? Is that where it was for you? Do you feel like it was fast, as elusive as you were before you got injured?
Yeah, I don't feel like I have any issues there. Once again, I go out to practice, do everything full speed, make sure I'm prepared for when my number is called.
Has it been frustrating watching the offense from the sideline? Maybe you could add something different at quarterback?
It's something the team always wants to win. I think that's the only frustration. There's things that, we need to improve, we have to address because the last 2 weeks weren't good enough. So, that's something we have to do as a team to make sure we go out and get wins.
Do you feel if you were out there it would be a different offense?
That remains to be seen. It's still going to be the same offense. Obviously I'm very confident in my talents and what I'm able to bring to the table, but it'll still be the same offense.
Are you drinking protein shakes or doing something to put on weight, or what's your program to gain the weight?
Eat food, and a lot of it. That's something that I've always constantly had to do. I always have to be conscious of. I have a very lean body type, so putting weight on for me is a little more difficult than others.
But you got to feel like you can play at under 225 pounds, right?
Once again, I'm always ready to play. I'm always ready to step on that field and put it on the line for my team.
What did you think of being on the cover of Time? I mean, your friends and family, were they blown away by it?
I don't think it was anything that any of us expected. Once again, a great honor, but not my intent when I was talking about this and trying to address these issues.
Colin, where did this? I've been in Spain for the last month when all this happened, but, which is a totally different perspective of it. But where did this come from? I mean, did this bubble up from experiences in Turlock or Reno, or I just didn't understand like exactly where this came from.
It came from America and seeing the things that we do here and how we treat people and the oppression and the injustices that go on. It's something I've seen for a long time. It's something I've studied up on, and it's something that needs to be addressed because it's affecting thousands, if not millions, of lives.
Did you see what the guys did in Miami with the town hall meeting and all that stuff?
I did not.
Oh, some guys there were kneeling, and then they put together a town hall meeting with the police and guys from the team, people from the community, from African communities, Latino community. They had kind of a town hall meeting because the team sponsored it at the behest of the players. Did you ever think of doing something like that here? I know it's the first time you're hearing of it.
Yeah, I have thought about it. There's also a much bigger issue at hand other than just a conversation. To me, that's kind of trying to placate the people and make them feel like we're coming together, but the real issue is creating policy changes and holding officers accountable for what they're doing. You send a strong message to the community when a situation like Tamir Rice or Terrence Crutcher or Keith Lamont Scott, where officers murder somebody and they walk free. When they walk free, you send a message to the community that that behavior is okay and it's acceptable by that PD. And it creates a hostile environment, an environment where the community doesn't trust the police. Whereas if those officers get convicted of murder, get convicted of homicide, you send a strong message that you don't believe in that behavior and you're not going to support that behavior, and that's really how you build the trust.
Right, but would you think of interacting with the law enforcement here to try to get them on the same page in terms of how to handle this kind of stuff here in this area? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of issues that need to be addressed within the SFPD. There's blatant racism that's gone on there that hasn't been addressed, and I think it was a huge step that now the DA is overseeing the cases at the PD instead of the police department. I think that's a big step in the right direction, instead of having in-house investigations.
Did you have a previous connection to the high school that you went to last Friday?
No, I did not. Once again, I reached out to them, wanted to show them support. It's a very impoverished area, very tough area that they come from, and I wanted to show them that I'm with them, I support what they're doing, and I'll be trying to help them.
What message do you have for Donald Trump, who says you should leave the country?
That's a very ignorant statement that if you don't agree with what's going on here and that if you want justice and liberty and freedom for all, that you should leave the country. No. He always says, make America great again. Well, America's never been great for people of color. And, that's something that needs to be addressed. Let's make America great for the first time.